everyone, it's Erin with Pape Family Pastures. We're just here, it's June, which is for us the start of grilling season. And so we wanted to put together how we do our grilling of our steaks. Here we have some beef tenderloin, which beef tenderloin is going to be a very obviously tender cut and not a very fatty piece of meat. So the first step is I always pull it out of the refrigerator and then I'm going to pat it down, because in order to get a good sear on it, you want to make sure that you're getting all the liquid off the outside of the meat, and that way you can really have a good sear. So we just take paper towel and pat it down all the edges, get the plate too, and start with a dry piece of meat. So and next step, we're going to take some seasoning. I just like to put a first layer of salt on the outside. Again, that helps dry out the edges and create that seared crust. So I just use some plain salt, and then we can just add some of your favorite seasonings from there. But the thing we've learned from cooking shows and other meat eaters out there is it's really important to get a good crust of salt on your steak. So you don't really want to skimp on the salt, because that'll really help dry it out. So next I'm just going to take some pepper. We'll keep it simple. You can find steak seasonings out there, but I like to put that layer of salt down first, just to make sure I get a good crust and a good dry steak that'll sear well on the grill. And again, getting all the sides of the steak just to make sure it's well flavored and looking good. Alright, so here we have our seasoned meat. I'm going to let this sit here and kind of warm up just a little bit. Our goal with letting it sit for a little bit is just to kind of even out the temperature of the meat. If the outside, is warmed and the inside is still that refrigerator temperature, you're going to have uneven cooking, and the end result just isn't going to be good. It's going to be overcooked on the outside and underdone on the inside. Alright, so we're out here by the grill. We've been letting it warm up, cleaning off the grates and just letting it sit to make sure it's nice and hot when we put on our steaks. So I have the steaks over here seasoned, and we're going to put them on. Don't mind our old rickety grill. It works just fine and got it for a good price. So here we go. We're going to just listen for that sear on that steak. So we've got that nice sear. I have the grill on pretty high, so what I'm going to do, we'll close it off and turn down the heat to make sure that we're not overcooking it. So we're going to take a look and flip our steaks and see how they're doing and see how that sear looked. I added some asparagus to our garden while we were waiting, just because it's in season and it'll go fast with these steaks. So I'm just going to flip this over once, and we can see it's pretty dry. It's got that good coat crust on it. So we had the steaks on the first side about 4 minutes. On the second side, we're only going to keep them on for about 2 minutes. We don't want to overcook them. And then we're going to head on inside. But this is where they're at, and we'll take them off and finish them up inside. So we're back inside. The steaks just came off the grill. The next step is also an important part of this. We're going to tent them with some foil. That way they can finish cooking and kind of rest before we eat them. Alright, so we just got done about 5 minutes of having the steaks rest under that foil, and now we're going to cut in and see how it looks. So this is my steak that I'm going to have, and we're going to see how well we did. It's very tender, easy to cut through, and there we have it, medium. So again, on this piece of meat, you just have that kind of crunchy crust on the outside, a tender meat on the inside. And all we used was some salt and pepper, and we got a great dinner for ourselves. So hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Hopefully it was helpful. You can see how I like to do the steaks. I'm the chief grill person in our house, and this is how I do our steaks. If you guys have other ideas or thoughts or helpful hints, feel free to share with us. But otherwise, we wish you a happy grilling season. We hope you enjoy your Pape Family Pastures beef or meat or whatever form you're getting, and enjoy the grilling season.